Good morning. This is episode 4 of The Shine Show, and this episode is called How to Get More Confidence with Colour. And with me, I've got beautiful Kate Bird from Colour Me Kate. Kate is a colour consultant and a stylist here in Perth. And I had the wonderful privilege of going on one of Kate's vintage dress shopping tours. And the blue dress that I'm wearing in all of my branded photos is thanks to Kate.
It looks stunning on you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So she knows her stuff. And I can see somebody's live. So I would love it if you're live to just pop in a hello or a hi. Say hi, we want to know. And then send us, give us your questions, give us your comments. So if you're brand new to The Shine Show, I want to welcome you. And if you're one of the replay viewers, you're particularly welcome. Thank you very much for watching. The Shine Show is all about getting coaches information, entertainment, and some value so that you can build your own shining coaching business. Hello, Yvette. Thank you very much for joining us. And thank you for those beautiful hearts that just flew across the screen. I love it when it does that. You're very welcome, Yvette. Thank you for joining us. Please feel free to pop your questions into the comments box if you want to. Okay, so I'm going to ask Kate to tell us a little bit about why you became a coach and why specifically a colour consultant and a stylist.
Yeah, well, I was specifically interested in colour. My mother had her colours done back in the early 90s.
Oh, wow.
When it was, in the 80s and 90s, it was very popular and people were having their colours done, and it was the 4-season system.
That's right.
So if you had a cool undertone to your skin, you would have been either summer or winter, and if you were warm, you'd have been spring or autumn.
Yeah.
It's evolved a lot since then.
Yeah.
But my mother took herself off on this course and went to have her colours done, and she is quite a shy, reserved English woman. So it was kind of out of character for her to do it anyway. But when she came back, there was such a difference to her.
Wow.
And she noticed that people were starting to notice her and comment upon her appearance and say, what have you done with yourself? And she thought, I've done nothing other than I'm now wearing the colours that I know suit me.
Wow, that's fabulous.
So she went from, very safe navies and neutral colours to suddenly wearing colours that enhanced her face, and people noticed, and it made a difference.
Fantastic. I remember my mum had a Vogue book. It wasn't the magazine, it was a book that they published. Probably must have also been in the 80s.
Right.
And it had the most beautiful pictures and photos of colour, and it explained exactly that. And I remember as a little girl sitting looking at that book, and I must have looked at that book so often, and I just looked, and it was just so pretty for me. Yeah, so it's fantastic. Even back then, what they were doing with
Yes, exactly.
So that was your inspiration. So why did you then decide to start the business?
Well, then, I suppose over the course of many years between my mother doing it and my training, I suppose I was a bit of an amateur and would always say, oh, that colour looks great on you, or look what it's doing to your eyes, but not with any background, no real information to back that up. And then I was in the workforce, but then I had my children and I was on maternity leave, and then I had another child, so that extended. And I thought, I just cannot imagine myself going back into conventional work.
Absolutely.
What do I really want to do? I love playing dress-ups and playing with colour. I'm going to make a business out of that.
Fantastic. That's exactly the same as me. After my second child, I just couldn't see myself going back to working for someone else. Yeah. And aren't we lucky? I think we're so lucky in this day and age that we can say that we can say, what am I really passionate about? What do I really love? What lights me up? What do I sort of almost automatically do even if no one's paying me? And then start a business. And that's one of the things I love about coaching, is particularly also for mums, is that it gives us a way that we can say, I'm going to start a business, I'm going to do something that gives me stimulation and significance outside of my children, and it brings in money too. That's fantastic.
And we are very lucky that it's so socially acceptable and encouraged.
Absolutely.
We're in a very
Yeah.
fortunate position in this
Yeah.
day and age.
Yeah. And that we have the internet.
Yes.
We have Facebook
Yes.
Live and we have all the social media that helps us build successful
Yeah.
businesses without having to slave and hustle and,
Yes.
you know, work 70 hours a week. It's
Yes,
fantastic.
and at huge financial cost.
Yes, exactly.
We are so lucky.
Yeah, we are lucky in that way. Tell me a little bit. How does colour give us confidence?
Well, I think we all know that feeling when we get up in the morning and we feel a bit bleh, and we all have days when we feel bleh. And on those days, we tend to just not want to be noticed. And so we'll wear something that might be black. And black is a default colour for a lot of people.
Yeah.
It's their safe colour.
Yeah, I used to be a black girl.
Right.
Yes, when I lived in London for 3 years.
Yeah.
And when I came back to South Africa, I noticed my entire wardrobe was black.
Yeah.
Everything was black.
What a shame.
Yeah, I know. And now I own nothing black. I hate wearing black.
Me too.
Yeah.
Anyway, so when we go out dressed like that, we tend to feel as if we're disappearing into the background because we are not reflecting who we really are. We're not reflecting our personality. Yeah. We're not communicating anything other than I want to disappear, don't notice me. Which is sad because we all have something to offer.
Yeah.
So, but then consider the days where you might go out and you're wearing a splash of colour and it's doing something for you, and people will give you eye contact and they might give you a little smile or they just notice you. And the difference between the two feelings, the feelings of self-confidence, you think, oh, I am feeling good today. And that's priceless. You can't put a value on that.
And it's a funny thing, this sort of, you know, is it the external or is it the internal thing? And they go together.
They absolutely
I mean,
do.
you need to know that you're worthy and know that you're beautiful on the inside to then put on the beautiful dress. And then you go outside and people give you compliments and they see you and they notice you and it builds, and it's kind of the one thing builds on the other one, right?
Yes, that's right. So even if you do wake up on that morning and you are feeling bleh, force yourself to put something bright and cheerful on, because you can literally trick your brain into snapping you out of that bleh
Absolutely.
mood.
Yeah, absolutely. That's fantastic. That's wonderful. So show me a little bit how colour is going to make me feel more confident.
Okay, well, you've got a really good grip on your colour. I think you've got a really good understanding. But with your colouring, I thought perhaps that you would not look so good in orange.
I hate orange.
Now, I don't know whether this can be seen
I'm pretty
on
sure
the screen.
it's horrible.
But
oh, look at this green, this lime green too.
Yep,
I mean,
that's just as bad.
It's just as bad.
Now, these are warm colours,
Yeah.
and you are not looking good in these colours because you are cool. So now let me show you and our viewers.
Yes, there we go.
A beautiful hot
There
pink.
we go. I love it.
And that's just gorgeous. And you're wearing a lipstick in a similar colour because you know that goes with you, and so that also.
And I love that you've got a red one here as well.
Yeah.
Because I used to hate red as well, because 90%, I feel like 90% of the reds we see are
very
the winter reds. A
very warm
orange
orange-based
red.
red.
Orange.
Yeah.
There you go. And and it's not often. I find it's not often that I can find a blue red.
That's right.
A red with a blue undertone.
That's right. That's what you should look for.
that's what because I struggle to find red that I like.
Yeah.
But,
okay.
Yeah. So
Now
these two you can see.
Yes. Now I'm noticing this colour because that's just making. I don't know if you can see, and I hope you can, but it's making your eyes pop.
Yes, it is.
And
can you see my eyes pop?
And that is fabulous. Yeah. And it's fantastic when we find a colour that really enhances our eye colour.
Yeah.
Because people go, oh, wow, look what that's doing to her eyes.
Yeah.
And then we're focused on your eyes because we're so transfixed. And we like to see repeats in colours. And so we see the green and then we see the green in your eyes.
Yeah.
And that we like to see that.
Yeah.
And so now I'm looking into your eyes. So you have my complete attention.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm totally focused on you.
Yeah.
And I'm putty in your hands.
Fantastic. I love it. I love it. This is so pretty. So
it is.
So if someone knows the right colours, what's the next step? Is it going shopping for the right colors? Is it throwing out the colors that doesn't work? What's the next thing you would do once someone knows their colors? What would you do?
Okay, so
because we only like, you have your wardrobe, right?
Yeah.
And you've got to make the best of what you have.
Absolutely.
And you have to slowly phase the right colors in.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
What do we do once we know our colors?
Yeah, so it isn't practical to, after a consultation, you know your colors, to then go home and chuck out 80% of your wardrobe.
Yeah.
That's unrealistic.
Yeah.
But what you can do is slowly start to incorporate the colours that you know are good for you, and try and at least put them between your face and the colours that you know aren't as good.
Yeah.
So, because it's what's happening around our face, we want to reflect
Yes.
the really good colours up to
Yes.
our face and enhance
Yes.
our face.
Yes.
So when you've done your colour consultation, you get a fan of swatches. Now this one would look particularly bad on you.
Yeah.
This would look so much better.
It's my favourite colours. My favourite colours. Yes, there we go. Oh, they're so beautiful.
Yeah, and having one of these in your
Yeah.
handbag when you go shopping
Yeah.
makes it so much easier
Yeah.
and quicker, and you make fewer mistakes, because how many times do we buy something and it sits in the wardrobe and you think,
Yeah,
"Ah,"
and I tend to buy the same thing.
Yeah.
And I go, I've already had a similar thing.
Yeah.
And it didn't work. I wonder why we do that.
Yes,
That's so funny,
yes.
right? Yeah.
I've got lots of red tops.
Yeah. Yes. I have lots of green.
Green is very good for you. So you go shopping, and this will really help you to decide which colours to choose.
Yeah.
You walk into a shop, and I sometimes say to my clients, if you stand in a shop doorway, and obviously this would be facing you, but it's for the purposes so that you can see,
Yeah.
and literally look around the shop with your swatch in your hand, you will start to notice all the colours that are right for you jump out, which means that you can eliminate all the ones that aren't good and not give them the time of day.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and then you can
save
just
some
focus.
shopping time.
Well, yes, absolutely. Makes shopping much easier.
Yeah, more time for coffee afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so now we know our colours, and then we go shopping. It is. I want to touch quickly on what you said earlier about throwing out 80% of your wardrobe. After I had my second baby, I gained 20 kilograms with her. She weighed 4.2 coming out, so there was already 4 gone when she was born. But I picked up 20 kilos in my second pregnancy. Yeah. And with me, breastfeeding does nothing for losing weight.
No,
nothing.
Either.
I hold that water, or that I hold it forever. And even after I stopped, I still struggled to lose the weight. So what happened was I felt bad about myself, but I needed clothes. So I went into all the cheapest shops because I thought, well, this clothes just have to get me through one season.
It's just temporary.
It's just temporary. I went into the cheapest shops. I got a whole bunch of things that were stretchy or convenient for breastfeeding, and I hated it. I hated it. Yeah. And every day I put those clothes on. Every day I remember that feeling so well, getting dressed in the morning and going, I hate this, and putting it on and wearing it all day. And tomorrow morning I'm in my wardrobe again and I go, I hate this, and I put it on. And I got to a point where I literally had to throw out 80% of my wardrobe. I went, if it doesn't make me feel amazing, if I don't feel amazing in that thing, it's gone. Yeah. And I ended up literally with that blue dress that you picked out for me, and a couple of other things. Like literally I had about 5 things I could wear. Right. But I knew that those 5 things, if I wear one of those 5 things, I feel great. Yeah. And then the second part of that was I had to commit to saying, I will never go into certain shops again. Right. I will never buy something in certain shops again. Yeah. Because they're my default. I feel shitty about myself. It's cheap. I'm just quickly going to go there and buy something sort of default shop to go into. Yeah. And I said I would rather go into the shops that makes me feel great, that I love, where it is more expensive. It is, and buy one thing. Yes. Maybe 1 or 2 things every season. Yes. And know that those 2 things are good quality and they make me feel great. Yes.
And they'll see you through for years.
And they'll see me through for years. And that has made such a difference for me. Such a difference, really, massively. So it's very true what you're saying.
Yes, absolutely. That's making me think of how important your style personality is as well. Because you were, after you'd had your children and you were feeling a bit not so good about yourself, going for these temporary clothes that weren't perhaps of a very good quality, and maybe in not in styles that you would necessarily have chosen had you had all the choices in the world.
Yes.
And when we wear clothes that don't fit with our style personality and they don't truly reflect who we are and our values and how we want to feel about ourselves, then yes, we stand in our wardrobe and go, oh, I haven't got anything to wear, despite there being
lots of stuff.
Yeah.
So talk a little bit more about what is a style personality. How do I know what my style personality is, and how do I tap into it?
Yeah, okay, so this is something that we talk a lot when I do my style workshops and my one-on-one style consultations, because understanding your style personality is almost more important than understanding your body shape, because it is literally communicating who you are, and we do make split-second judgments on people when we see them. We're just designed to do that, whether we like to think we do or not. And so if we can dress and to communicate who we are, then we're much more likely to make better connections with people. So it's understanding who you are, what your values are, what you really like. Are you a soft and gentle, nurturing sort of person? Or are you more assertive and more demanding? Or do you like to just be very casual, and comfort is the key thing for you? And then understanding the design elements in clothes that reflect that.
Okay.
Because then we will be dressing as we truly are, and that's when we think, I feel great. I feel great because this is me.
Oh, that's so interesting. It's so interesting that you talk about that, because I think if I think of how I like to dress, I hate anything with a print on it. I don't like a busy print. Like and if it has flowers on it, even more. Right. And it's a weird psychological thing, and I'm sure the viewers, anyone watching this, you can definitely identify things you don't like, styles you don't want. I will never dress I don't like wearing anything that looks a bit shabby chic or boho. Boho, I love looking at the boho style, but I feel so weird putting it on. And for me, it's all about block colors. I have to wear block colors. And my other thing that I think is my style personality, and I love how it's coming out since I started the business, and I'm able to dress like I want. I don't have to wear my black suit because I'm not going into someone's office. Is I love wearing jeans. I will wear a jean every day for the rest of my life. I love jeans. And it's always, for me, it's always jeans with a colourful top. Right. Are you saying that's my style personality?
Yeah, I'm saying that says something about you, and the fact that you don't like flowers, so you're perhaps you don't like things to be really fussy or pretty. Or
I'm very
feminine. So you are more organised, more direct.
Direct, there's the word.
That's the word?
Direct.
In a good way.
In a good way.
Yes, and so there's no confusion with prints or anything. It is as it is, because it's one block colour. So yes, it does say things about you.
Oh, that's good. And I think part of that, one of the things, because I'm so direct, I like when I get dressed in the morning, I like to know I have a bangle that goes with everything. I have earrings that goes with everything. Right. I have a ring that goes with everything. So I literally so it eliminates choices. It eliminates all the fuss. Yes. Because I'm not about the fuss. And some people might be about the fuss. Yes. But I think if you are, well, if you're the kind of person who likes to, like you said, you like playing dress up. Yeah. I like looking good, but I don't like playing dress up. Yep. So for me, it's all about efficiency. And it's about looking good as quickly as I can. And so I like knowing I've got a couple of things that they all go together, and I literally is it black jeans or blue jeans today? Those are the choices. Is it green, blue or pink? Top, and then okay, is it the gold earrings or the silver earrings?
Yes.
And it's very simple and it's very direct. And so I love that you say that is a style personality thing.
It is.
Yeah.
And perhaps you could take it a step further if you want to be so ultra organised and you don't want to think about anything else in the morning, that when you know you've put an outfit together and you think, oh, this really works, take a picture.
Great idea.
Take a picture, and then you'll think, next time you pick up that top, you'll think, what did I wear that day? It felt really good and I can't remember what I wore it with. Just refer back to
great
keep it in your phone, an album on your phone or something.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Or print them out and put them on the inside of your wardrobe. Yeah.
Fantastic idea. Wonderful idea.
Because we're all busy.
We are all busy. We're all busy. And I talk to women and they say, how do you have time to do that in the morning, getting the kids ready? And I honestly think it takes 5 minutes if you know how.
Yes.
If you know how, but it's just a matter of saying, I am worth learning how to do this.
Yes,
and then
exactly.
learning to do this, right?
And as I mentioned, I like playing dress-ups.
Yeah.
And one of my little things, and I know a lot of people will think, oh my God, that's so anal. I put my clothes out the night before and I hang them on the back of my door. So, my bedroom door, that is. So when I wake up in the morning and I see my outfit and I think, oh, yeah, you can't wait to get
that's so nice. I love that. I love that.
So I've thought it all through. I'm not standing in front of the wardrobe thinking, oh, quick, I've got to put something on.
Yeah.
It's all there and I know I'm going to like it because I've already given it some thought the night before.
Fantastic. I love that. And what I love about that is that you engage in the process. You're fully engaged in the process of getting dressed because it has value for you.
It does.
And I think that's something that often busy mums, we kind of forget the value of that moment in the day when we're getting dressed. And that's an incredibly important moment. And if we can engage in that moment more and value that moment, give it the value it deserves.
Yes, that's right.
Then we'll also put in the effort to make sure that we love what we've got and we love what we put on. I love that.
Yes.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. And it's good for my children to see that I have self-worth as well. And then hopefully they will grow up feeling that.
Yeah.
Not to be obsessed by how they look. I mean, there is a line. Yes, but to know that it's okay to care for yourself and to have self-worth.
And to see mummy shows up with confidence.
Yeah.
And when mummy shows up, and I just think when you show up with confidence, your self-talk is positive. Yeah. And when your self-talk is positive, what you think about other people is positive.
Yes.
Because as soon as we go into that negative self-talk, the monkey mind that puts all the rubbish in our ears, we start reflecting that on other people, and then we don't see the best in them either.
That's so true.
And if we don't see the best in them, we think that they don't think the best of us, and it's a spiral that just goes down and down and down, and it all starts with colour.
Yes.
So give us your best marketing tip for coaches out there who are just getting started or who's trying to learn from you. What's your best marketing tip?
Well, I was thinking about this and I thought one of the biggest sort of big steps that I took really early on. So I was just coming to the end of my training and I was starting to set up and I've got my logo and it was really exciting and I started thinking, okay, what am I going to charge people? And I made the mistake of consulting with my husband, who is an engineer. And whilst I value his opinion, and I love him clearly, he wasn't in the best position to advise me on what I should be pricing for what I'm doing. He's not even in my target market. So I came up with a figure because it kind of looked like it sat relatively middle of the road for within what I'm doing, but it wasn't too high because I am only starting out at that stage. And he was really, are you sure people are going to pay that? And which made me think, oh, I don't know, maybe that's too much. Anyway, so I'm
sure a lot of people can associate with that.
Because we all. Yes, we do. People find it very hard to talk about pricing and money. So anyway, I went along with the figure that I thought was okay, considering I just started out. And even though my husband's going, oh, I don't know. But anyway. And then a little while down the track, I thought, something made me think, I've put a higher value on my head. I'm giving away an awful lot of information. And I really feel like I'm helping people. And I was getting a lot of reward from it and getting busier. So I then increased my prices. by up to 60%.
60%
By up to 60%. So I'm not talking just $10 here and $10
more
there.
than double. Yeah.
And the volume of my work increased.
Can you say that it increased? It increased.
It did, and it wasn't a slow trickle. It was as if I had turned the page, put the prices up, and suddenly the bookings came in.
Yeah.
So there was the perception that the value was there, whereas before I think they hadn't known that.
So they looked at your prices and they go, I'm not sure if this girl knows what she's talking about if she's not charging for it. Yeah.
And never have I had the feedback that the value hasn't been worth it, that it's not, they haven't had value for money.
Yeah.
So,
but it started with you valuing you.
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
Yes,
it
did.
started with you seeing that what you offer is valuable and women will pay for it.
Yeah.
That's an important thing, because a lot of the time when I talk to entrepreneurs or coaches and they say, well, what do I charge at? And there's this school of thought that you have to go in and charge thousands of dollars. And I have an issue with that, which is the show for another day. But there's like 9 out of 10 of particularly the women, and particularly the women I used to work with when I was doing sales coaching, it's this massive thing to overcome that I offer value. I have a valuable contribution. And to get that confirmation, once you put that price on, to say, yes, I am worthy of being paid this much because this is the value that I bring my clients.
Yeah, this is how much help I can give someone else.
And people gladly pay it. We sometimes decide beforehand on their behalf that they won't be able to afford it. And that's actually just us.
Yes, and in fact, somebody else said to me early on, don't assume that everybody else is on the same budget as you are. And I thought, because you do.
Yeah, you do, yeah.
So, that was also a good tip. And I have to say, since I put those prices up and I've become much, much busier, my husband is just shaking his head in disbelief. But quite happily.
But maybe it's also because, I don't think most men understand emotionally what it gives a woman to feel this way. I mean, for him, I think from a man's perspective, and I'm generalizing horribly now, but some men might go, well, why would you pay for color? But we know
it's more than that.
It's so much more than that.
It's so not the color that I am imparting, it's the confidence.
That's it. So,
and that's priceless.
Priceless, exactly. So, Kate, can you tell us a little bit more? Where can we learn more about what you do?
Well, I have a website, colormekate.com.au, but to keep abreast of everything that I'm doing, then probably my Facebook page, which is Colour Me Kate, so Facebook.com/Colour Me Kate.
All right, brilliant. So I will, at the end of the show, I will put the Colour Me Kate website link in the comments, and I'll also link to Kate's Facebook page. And if you want to go ahead and like Colour Me Kate, the Facebook page Colour Me Kate, and then turn on your notifications, because Kate runs fabulous colour workshops here in Perth. Have you ever thought of running like a virtual workshop?
So you mean online?
Yes.
Yeah, I've considered that, but I think for colour that would be hard.
Okay.
Because you can't get a really true idea of, So if that orange was being held up against you, I don't know.
Okay, all right.
In fact, give us some feedback about how that orange looked. But certainly, I also do style workshops, and certainly I could do that online, yes.
Oh, fantastic. All right. So head over to colourmekate.com.au, or find Colour Me Kate on Facebook, and then like the page, and make sure that you switch the notifications on so that you get notifications from Kate when she posts on her newsfeed. Because I don't know if you've noticed, but very often we like pages and we never ever see anything from that page, even though we've liked it. And that's just because Facebook has an algorithm and they choose what they put in front of us, and so we have to tell Facebook what we want to see. So if you want to get notifications, make sure you turn on your notifications. All right, that is all from Kate and me for today. Thank you very much if you've joined us live. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you've watched this on the replay, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Please leave your comments for us below. Leave questions for Kate. We'll make sure that Kate answers those questions.
I will.
Yes, fantastic. And then join us next week, same time, same place. So it's Monday morning, 10 a.m. Perth time. If you're in the States, it is Sunday evening, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time when we go live. Next week on the show, I've got Samuth Pitch coming in. He's an online marketer and a dad, and he has sold over $1 million worth of online products. So he's going to be telling us a little bit more about how to make it in this online marketing space. So join us for that next week. And until then, I want to say thank you very much for joining us on the Shine Show. And remember that the world needs the light that only you can shine. And this is your time to shine. Thank you. Bye.